Welcome back, lucky American coins. I will begin part 1 as an accurate coin documentary style script about the 1975 United States 1 cent, Lincoln penny, with errors, history, design, and value. The $180 million claim is not a verified market price, so this section focuses on real collecting information. The 1975 United States 1 cent coin, commonly known as the Lincoln cent or Lincoln penny, is a fascinating piece of American numismatic history. Although millions of these coins were produced and many still exist in circulation today, certain examples with unusual minting mistakes, exceptional condition, or rare varieties can attract strong interest from collectors. A normal 1975 Lincoln cent may only be worth its face value or a small premium, but a rare error coin can become a valuable discovery depending on the type of mistake, rarity, condition, and demand among collectors. The story of the 1975 Lincoln cent begins with one of the most famous designs in United States coin history. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the birth of President Abraham Lincoln. It became the first regular issue United States coin to feature the portrait of a real historical person. Before Lincoln appeared on the cent, American coins commonly displayed symbolic figures representing liberty rather than actual presidents. The designer of the Lincoln cent was Victor David Brenner, a talented sculptor whose portrait of Abraham Lincoln became an iconic image recognized around the world. Brenner's design was inspired by a photograph of Lincoln taken by photographer Matthew Brady. The obverse, or front side, of the coin shows a right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln with the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year of issue. The reverse side of the 1975 Lincoln cent features the Lincoln Memorial design created by Frank Gasparro. The Lincoln Memorial first appeared on the cent in 1959, replacing the earlier wheat stock reverse that had been used from 1909 through 1958. The memorial design shows the famous Washington, D.C. monument dedicated to Abraham Lincoln, with the words United States of America, E pluribus unum, and 1 cent. The 1975 Lincoln cent was produced during an important period in American coin history. During the 1970s, the United States Mint was producing enormous quantities of coins because of population growth, economic changes, and increased demand for circulating money. The cent was still made primarily for everyday transactions, and billions of examples were struck. A standard 1975 Lincoln cent weighs approximately 3.11 grams and has a diameter of about 19 millimeters. The coin is composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc. This copper composition was used for Lincoln cents until 1982, when the United States Mint changed the composition to a copper-plated zinc core because the rising price of copper made producing traditional bronze cents more expensive. The 1975 Lincoln cent was produced at multiple United States Mint facilities. Coins without a mint mark were made at the Philadelphia Mint. Coins with the D mint mark were produced at the Denver Mint. The mint mark appears on the obverse side of the coin below the date. Collectors often examine the mint mark carefully because coins from different facilities can have different levels of rarity and different varieties. One of the most exciting parts of coin collecting is discovering errors. A mint error happens when something unusual occurs during the manufacturing process. The United States Mint uses highly advanced machinery, but mistakes can still happen. These mistakes may involve the dies, the planchets, the striking process, or the movement of coins through production. A 1975 Lincoln cent with a genuine mint error can be much more valuable than a normal example. However, not every unusual-looking coin is rare. Many damaged coins are created after leaving the mint through accidents, cleaning, corrosion, or environmental damage. Professional collectors usually prefer coins that have errors created during the original minting process. One type of error that collectors search for is an off-center strike. This occurs when the blank coin, called a planchet, is not properly positioned between the dies during striking. The result is a coin where part of the design is missing because the image was impressed away from the center. The value depends on how dramatic the error is. A small off-center strike may only bring a modest premium, while a major off-center error showing a large percentage of missing design can attract serious collector interest. Another possible error is a broad strike. A broad-struck coin occurs when the coin is struck without the proper retaining collar that normally controls its shape. This can cause the coin to spread outward and appear wider than normal. A genuine broad strike from the mint can be collectible, especially if the coin remains in excellent condition. Collectors also look for die cracks and die breaks. Coin dies are the metal tools used to strike thousands or millions of coins. Over time, these dies can develop cracks. When a cracked die strikes coins, the crack may appear as a raised line on the coin's surface. Some die cracks are common, while dramatic die breaks can become collectible varieties. A particularly interesting category is doubled dies. A doubled die occurs when the coin die itself receives a doubled impression during the manufacturing process. This creates visible doubling on the design elements, letters, or numbers. True doubled dies are different from machine doubling, which is a much more common effect caused during the striking process. The 1975 Lincoln cent is also collected in high-grade condition. A coin that has never circulated and maintains its original red copper color can be much more desirable than a worn example. Professional grading companies examine coins based on factors such as wear, surface quality, color, strike quality, and overall eye appeal. A collector discovering a 1975 penny should first examine the date, mint mark, and condition. The coin should be viewed under good lighting with magnification if possible. Important details include the sharpness of Lincoln's hair, the lettering around the coin, the condition of the memorial building on the reverse, and any unusual features that appear different from normal examples. Many internet stories claim that ordinary pennies are worth millions of dollars. These stories often spread because rare coin discoveries are exciting and people enjoy the idea of finding hidden treasure in their pocket change. While some coins have reached extremely high prices at auction, those cases usually involve coins with extraordinary rarity, historical importance, and exceptional condition. The famous examples of extremely valuable Lincoln cents are usually connected to rare dates, major errors, or unique circumstances. A common 1975 Lincoln cent does not automatically become valuable simply because of its year. The real value comes from what makes a specific coin different from millions of others. For collectors, the 1975 Lincoln cent represents an important era of American coin production. It connects everyday commerce with the larger story of the United States Mint, American history, and the hobby of numismatics. A small copper coin that many people overlook can become an interesting historical object when studied carefully. The search for valuable coins continues because every year collectors examine old jars, coin collections, bankrolls, and inherited coins hoping to discover something unusual. While a 1975 penny worth hundreds of millions of dollars has not been verified, a genuine rare error or exceptional example can still be a fascinating and valuable piece for a collector. The 1975 Lincoln cent continues to attract attention from collectors because it represents a period when American coin production was changing, technology was improving, and millions of coins were being created every year. While most 1975 pennies are common, the possibility of finding a special example with a rare mint error makes these coins interesting to search through. Every coin has a story, and sometimes the smallest details can separate an ordinary coin from a collectible treasure. During the 1970s, the United States Mint was facing new challenges. The country was experiencing changes in the economy, rising production costs, and increasing demand for coins. The Lincoln cent was still heavily used in daily transactions, meaning the mint had to produce enormous quantities to keep enough pennies available for businesses and the public. The 1975 Lincoln cent was created using traditional bronze composition. The coin contains approximately 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. This composition gave the coin its familiar reddish-brown appearance when newly produced. Freshly minted examples often displayed a bright red copper color, but over decades many coins naturally changed color because copper reacts with oxygen and environmental conditions. Collectors classify copper Lincoln cents by their color. A coin with mostly original bright copper color is called red, often written as RD by grading services. Coins with a mixture of red and brown tones are called red-brown, written RB. Coins that have mostly changed to a brown color are called brown, written BN. The color designation can have a major effect on value, especially for coins in extremely high grades. A 1975 Lincoln cent in average circulated condition usually has little additional value beyond its face value. However, coins preserved in exceptional condition can attract collectors. A coin graded near the top levels of the grading scale, with sharp details, clean surfaces, and original color, can be worth significantly more than a worn example. The most exciting area of collecting involves mint errors. A mint error is a mistake made while the coin is being produced at the United States Mint. These errors are created before the coin reaches the public. They are different from damage that happens after circulation, such as scratches, holes, bends, or damage from machines. One of the major categories of errors is a wrong planchet error. The planchet is the blank metal disc that becomes a coin after striking. If a cent is accidentally struck on a blank intended for another denomination or another type of coin, it can become highly collectible. These mistakes are extremely unusual because the mint normally keeps different coin blanks separated during production. Another fascinating error category is a double denomination error. This happens when a coin is struck on a previously struck coin or when a coin receives impressions from more than one denomination. These coins can show designs from two different coins, creating a unique combination that collectors find fascinating. The striking process itself involves several important steps. First, metal sheets are produced and cut into round blanks. These blanks are then heated, cleaned, and prepared for striking. The blanks are transported to presses where they are placed between an obverse die and reverse die. Powerful pressure forces the design onto the coin. If something goes wrong during this process, an error can occur. A misaligned die error occurs when the dies are not properly aligned with each other. This can create a coin where one side of the design appears normal while the opposite side is shifted. Depending on the severity, collectors may pay more for dramatic examples. A clipped planchet error occurs when the metal sheet is not properly positioned during the cutting process. The result is a coin with a curved missing section. The shape of the clip and how much of the coin is missing can affect collector interest. Another interesting mistake is a die cap error. This occurs when a coin becomes stuck to a die during striking. As more coins are struck, the stuck coin can change shape and create unusual forms. These errors are rare and often become centerpieces of advanced collections. The 1975 Lincoln cent can also have minor varieties caused by differences in dies. Coin dies are produced individually, and small differences can sometimes appear. Collectors study these differences using specialized references, photographs, and comparison tools. Many people discover old pennies and immediately search online for information about extremely high values. The internet has increased interest in coin collecting, but it has also created many exaggerated stories. A realistic evaluation requires checking the exact error, authenticity, condition, and professional opinions. Professional grading companies play an important role in the coin market. Organizations such as major third-party grading services examine coins, verify authenticity, assign grades, and place coins in protective holders. A certified coin often receives more confidence from buyers because experts have evaluated its condition. The value of a 1975 Lincoln cent depends on several factors. The first factor is rarity. A common error found on thousands of coins will usually have a lower value than a rare error known from only a few examples. The second factor is condition. A damaged rare coin may sell for less than a perfectly preserved example. The third factor is demand. Some errors become popular because collectors enjoy their appearance or historical significance. The history of Lincoln cents is filled with examples of ordinary coins becoming famous. The 1909 South VDB Center, the 1943 bronze cent, and the 1955 double die cent are among the most recognized Lincoln cent rarities. These coins became valuable because of their scarcity and unique circumstances. The 1975 Lincoln cent does not have a famous million-dollar rarity like these examples, but unusual errors can still be desirable. The symbols and inscriptions on the 1975 Lincoln cent also carry historical meaning. Liberty represents the ideals of freedom and independence that are central to American identity. In God We Trust reflects a national motto adopted by the United States. E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one, represents unity among the states and citizens. The image of Abraham Lincoln on the cent has become one of the most recognizable portraits in American history. Lincoln served as the 16th President of the United States and is remembered for leading the country during the Civil War and working toward the preservation of the Union and the end of slavery. The Lincoln cent is more than just a small piece of metal. It is a historical object that has passed through millions of hands. A 1975 penny could have been used in a store, carried in a pocket, saved in a collection, or forgotten in an old container for decades before being rediscovered. For treasure hunters and coin enthusiasts, searching through old coins is exciting because discoveries can happen anywhere. A forgotten jar of pennies, a family collection, or a bankroll search can reveal coins with interesting characteristics. The thrill comes from examining details that most people ignore. When searching for a potentially valuable 1975 Lincoln cent, collectors should avoid cleaning the coin. Cleaning can remove the original surface and reduce collector value. Professional collectors prefer coins with natural surfaces because they provide evidence of the coin's history and condition. A proper examination involves looking at the coin under magnification, comparing it with verified examples, and checking whether the unusual feature was created at the mint. If a coin appears valuable, professional authentication is recommended before making any major claims about its worth. The 1975 Lincoln cent remains an important part of American numismatic history. Although it is not known as a $180 million coin, it represents something equally valuable to collectors: the opportunity to explore history, manufacturing technology, and the fascinating world of coin errors. Every 1975 penny tells a small part of America's story. Some show the effects of decades of circulation, while others remain bright and preserved. Some may contain unusual characteristics created during production. The search for these differences is what keeps coin collecting alive and exciting for generations of enthusiasts. The world of coin collecting is built on curiosity, patience, and the belief that even an ordinary-looking coin may contain an extraordinary story. The 1975 Lincoln cent is a perfect example of how a common coin can become fascinating when collectors look beyond its face value and study the details of its creation, design, and possible errors. Millions of these pennies were produced, but every coin that leaves a mint can carry small differences caused by the complex manufacturing process. The United States Mint operates with extremely precise equipment, but coin production involves many stages where mistakes can happen. A tiny problem with a die, a metal blank, or the striking process can create a coin that looks different from normal examples. These differences are what attract collectors who specialize in error coins. One important thing collectors understand is that rarity alone does not always determine value. A coin may be rare but have little demand, while another coin with a popular error may attract many buyers. The highest prices usually occur when rarity, condition, historical importance, and collector interest come together. The 1975 Lincoln cent is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series that began in 1909. By 1975, the coin had already experienced decades of changes. The original wheat reverse design had been replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse in 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The memorial design remained until 2008, making the 1975 cent part of an important chapter in American coin history. The obverse design of the coin shows Victor David Brenner's portrait of Abraham Lincoln. The portrait captures Lincoln facing right, with his name appearing on the lower part of the shoulder area. Around the portrait are the words "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date. The design has remained one of the longest-running designs on any American circulating coin. The reverse design created by Frank Gasparo displays the Lincoln Memorial. Inside the memorial building, collectors can sometimes see the small seated statue of Lincoln when examining the coin with magnification. Around the design are the words "United States of America," "E Pluribus Unum," and 1 cent. Although the design appears simple, every detail required careful engineering. The dies used to strike the coins had to transfer thousands of tiny details onto each piece of metal. The pressure involved in striking coins could eventually damage dies, creating cracks, breaks, or other unusual features. One category of errors collectors watch for is die deterioration. As dies are used repeatedly, they can wear down. Some coins may show weaker details or unusual raised areas caused by the condition of the die. However, not every difference is valuable. Collectors must determine whether the feature is a true mint error or simply normal wear from production. Another interesting error type is a struck-through error. This occurs when a foreign object comes between the die and the planchet during striking. The object may leave an impression or create a missing area in the design. Examples can include grease, pieces of metal, or other materials accidentally present during production. A grease-filled die error is another possibility. During the striking process, grease or debris can partially block parts of the die. When the coin is struck, some letters or design details may appear weak or missing. These errors are often collected when they are clearly visible and authentic. Collectors also examine the edge of coins. The edge can reveal clues about how a coin was made. On a normal 1975 Lincoln cent, the edge should appear smooth because cents do not have reeded edges like some other denominations. An unusual edge appearance may indicate an unusual production event or damage. The weight of a coin is another important factor. A standard 1975 Lincoln cent weighs about 3.11 grams. If a coin has a significantly different weight, collectors may investigate whether it was struck on an incorrect planchet or experienced another unusual event. However, weight differences can also result from damage, corrosion, or environmental factors. The diameter of the 1975 Lincoln cent is approximately 19 millimeters. Its size and composition were carefully controlled by the mint. Small variations can occur, but major differences require investigation. Coin collectors often use scales that measure very small weight differences and magnification tools to study details. Professional collectors may compare coins with reference examples and use specialized equipment to determine authenticity. The market for error coins has grown because collectors enjoy owning examples that show the human side of coin production. A perfect coin represents the goal of manufacturing, but an error coin represents an unexpected moment in the process. These mistakes create stories that cannot be duplicated easily. A 1975 Lincoln cent with a dramatic mint error may become a conversation piece in a collection. Collectors are often interested not only in monetary value but also in the story behind the coin. A coin with an unusual mistake connects the owner to the history of the mint and the people who produced it. The idea of finding a valuable penny has captured public imagination for generations. Stories about rare coins hidden in old collections or discovered in circulation encourage people to examine their change more carefully. While most discoveries are not worth millions, the excitement of searching remains a major part of the hobby. The most valuable Lincoln cents in history are valuable because they have unique characteristics. For example, some early Lincoln cents are famous because of low production numbers, special varieties, or rare metal compositions. Their values come from verified rarity and collector competition. The 1975 Lincoln cent market is more focused on condition and unusual errors. A normal circulated coin may remain inexpensive, but a high-grade example with original red color can interest collectors. A certified error coin with strong visual appeal may command a premium. Collectors should always be careful with online claims about coin values. Headlines suggesting that a common penny is worth millions often attract attention but may not be supported by auction records or professional evaluations. Serious collectors rely on verified sales, grading reports, and expert opinions. A coin's value can change over time because collector demand changes. Some errors become more popular as more collectors learn about them. Others may decline in interest if many examples are discovered. The coin market works similarly to other collectible markets where rarity and demand influence prices. The 1975 Lincoln cent also represents an era before digital payments became common. For many Americans, coins were still a major part of everyday life. People used pennies for purchases, saved them in jars, and collected them as souvenirs. Each coin traveled through communities and became part of everyday history. Many collectors began their hobby by examining old coins found in their homes. A simple childhood discovery of an unusual penny can lead to a lifelong interest in numismatics. The 1975 cent remains accessible because many examples exist, allowing new collectors to study and learn. Learning about coins requires patience. Successful collectors understand that valuable discoveries are usually made through knowledge rather than luck alone. Knowing what to look for, understanding manufacturing processes, and recognizing authentic errors are important skills. The 1975 Lincoln cent teaches an important lesson about value. A coin's worth is not determined only by age. Many people believe older coins are automatically valuable, but collectors know that rarity, condition, and historical significance matter much more. A coin from 1975 may be younger than many famous collectible coins, but it still represents a specific moment in American history. It was produced during a changing era, carried the image of one of America's most respected presidents, and became part of the daily lives of millions of people. For collectors searching through coins today, the 1975 Lincoln cent remains an interesting piece. It may not be a guaranteed fortune, but it provides an opportunity to explore history, manufacturing, art, and the science of collecting. The true treasure of coin collecting is discovery. Every coin has a journey from the mint to circulation to the hands of collectors. Some coins become valuable because of rare mistakes, while others become valuable because of the memories and history connected to them. The 1975 Lincoln cent continues to represent the excitement of searching for something special hidden among ordinary objects. Whether found in a collection, an old coin jar, or a pocket, this small copper coin remains a fascinating reminder that history can sometimes be found in the smallest places. The 1975 Lincoln cent remains one of the many coins that demonstrate why collecting is about much more than just money. Behind every coin is a combination of history, craftsmanship, technology, and human activity. While the 1975 penny is not considered one of the rarest Lincoln cents in existence, certain examples with genuine mint errors, exceptional condition, or unusual characteristics can become valuable and highly interesting to collectors around the world. When collectors examine a 1975 Lincoln cent, they are not simply looking at a 1-cent piece. They are examining a product created by a complex manufacturing system that involved designers, engravers, die makers, machine operators, quality control workers, and countless other people. Every step of production had to work correctly to create the millions of coins needed for everyday American commerce. The process began with large metal sheets made from copper alloy. These sheets were carefully measured and prepared before being cut into circular blanks. These blanks were then processed, cleaned, and inspected before being sent to the striking presses. Once placed between the obverse and reverse dies, enormous pressure was applied to transfer the design onto the blank metal disc. A perfect strike required precise alignment between the dies and the planchet. If something shifted or failed during this process, the result could become an error coin. These errors are what make certain 1975 Lincoln cents interesting to collectors. One of the most searched for features on any Lincoln cent is doubling. Collectors carefully examine letters, numbers, and design elements for signs that the image appears doubled. True doubled dies are created during the preparation of the die itself, meaning every coin struck from that die may show the same doubling pattern. However, many coins show what collectors call machine doubling. This happens during the striking process when the coin moves slightly after the initial strike. Machine doubling can create a flat, shelf-like appearance that is different from a true doubled die. Understanding this difference is important because genuine doubled dies are much more collectible. Another area of interest is die varieties. A variety occurs when there are differences between dies used to produce coins. These differences may include changes in lettering, spacing, or small design details. Some varieties become famous among collectors because they are difficult to find or have a distinctive appearance. The 1975 Lincoln cent is also interesting because it was produced during the final years when copper remained the primary material used for cents. The rising price of copper eventually led the United States Mint to change the cent composition in 1982. This historical connection makes copper Lincoln cents popular among collectors who appreciate the traditional feel and appearance of bronze coins. The copper content itself is part of the coin's story. Freshly minted copper cents have a bright orange-red appearance, but time changes the surface. Environmental exposure, storage conditions, and handling affect how the coin looks decades later. Some collectors especially value coins that maintain their original mint color. A coin preserved from the day it was made with no scratches, stains, or damage represents a rare achievement. Even common coins can become desirable when they survive in exceptional condition. Collectors often search for examples graded at very high levels because these coins represent the best preserved examples known. Professional grading has changed the coin market significantly. Before third-party grading became common, collectors relied mostly on personal opinions when evaluating condition. Today, certified coins provide a standardized evaluation system. A graded coin includes information about authenticity, condition, and sometimes special designations such as color or variety. The highest quality examples of common coins often attract competitive bidding because collectors want the finest known pieces. A 1975 Lincoln cent in ordinary condition may be easy to find, but a top-quality example with perfect surfaces and original color can be much harder to locate. Collectors also pay attention to provenance, which means the history of ownership of a coin. A coin with documentation showing it came from a famous collection or important auction may become more desirable because of its story and connection to previous collectors. The idea of a valuable penny has always fascinated the public. People often imagine finding a rare coin hidden in a drawer or inherited collection. While most discoveries are not worth enormous amounts, the excitement comes from the possibility that something overlooked could have historical importance. A careful collector knows that research is the key. Instead of believing every online claim, experienced collectors examine evidence. They compare coins with trusted references, study auction results, and seek opinions from experts. The market value of a 1975 Lincoln cent can vary widely. A common circulated example may have little premium, while a genuine major mint error or exceptional certified specimen may be worth much more. The exact value depends on the specific characteristics of the individual coin. Factors that influence value include the type of error or variety, how clearly the error can be seen, whether the error happened during mint production, the condition and grade of the coin, the amount of collector interest, the authenticity of the coin. A coin that appears unusual should always be carefully examined before assigning a value. Many damaged coins can look like errors to beginners. Scratches, chemical reactions, cleaning, and accidental damage after leaving the mint can create unusual appearances that are not considered collectible mint errors. One common mistake new collectors make is cleaning coins to make them look newer. Cleaning can actually reduce value because it removes the original surface and leaves unnatural marks. Collectors generally prefer coins with natural surfaces. Proper storage is also important. Coins should be kept in holders designed for preservation. Exposure to moisture, chemicals, or harsh environments can damage copper coins over time. Good storage protects both the appearance and potential value of the coin. The 1975 Lincoln cent also plays a role in teaching new collectors about the importance of observation. Examining coins encourages attention to detail. A small difference in a letter, date, surface, or shape can completely change how collectors view a coin. The hobby of numismatics connects people with history. A coin can reveal information about technology, economics, politics, and culture. The 1975 Lincoln cent reflects the United States during the mid-1970s, a period of significant social and economic changes. During this time, Americans were experiencing changes in industry, energy costs, technology, and daily life. The coins produced during this era circulated through that environment. A penny from 1975 may have purchased an item decades ago, passed through many hands, and eventually reached a collector. This connection between everyday life and history is what makes coins special. They are small objects, but they carry stories. For someone discovering a 1975 Lincoln cent today, the best approach is curiosity and careful research. Look at the coin's date, mint mark, condition, and possible errors. Compare it with known examples. Avoid making decisions based only on internet rumors. The dream of finding a rare coin keeps millions of people interested in collecting. While not every old penny becomes a fortune, every discovery provides an opportunity to learn something new. The 1975 Lincoln cent is a reminder that value is not always obvious at first glance. A small copper coin can represent American history, artistic design, industrial achievement, and the passion of collectors who spend their lives studying coins. Whether it is a normal circulated penny or a rare error example, the 1975 Lincoln cent remains a fascinating piece of American numismatic history. The 1975 United States 1-cent coin, known around the world as the Lincoln penny, represents much more than its 1-cent denomination. It is a small piece of metal that carries a connection to American history, the legacy of President Abraham Lincoln, the technology of the United States Mint, and the passion of millions of coin collectors. Although most 1975 Lincoln cents are common coins found in collections, jars, and circulation, certain examples with genuine mint errors or exceptional condition can become interesting and valuable pieces in the numismatic world. The journey of the 1975 Lincoln cent began inside the United States Mint, where precision and technology combined to transform simple metal into a national symbol. Every stage of production required accuracy. The preparation of the metal, the creation of dies, the striking process, and the final inspection all played important roles in creating the coins that entered American commerce. When collectors hold a 1975 Lincoln cent, they are holding an object that was produced during a specific moment in time. The coin reflects the economic and social environment of the 1970s. It was created during an era when cash transactions were common, when pennies were used every day, and when millions of Americans carried these coins in their pockets. The design itself carries powerful symbolism. The portrait of Abraham Lincoln represents leadership, unity, and one of the most important figures in American history. The words "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" represent ideas that have appeared on United States coins for generations. The Lincoln Memorial on the reverse represents remembrance and respect for a president whose impact shaped the nation. The 1975 Lincoln cent has a standard weight of approximately 3.11 grams, a diameter of about 19 millimeters, and a bronze composition consisting mainly of copper. These specifications place it among the classic copper Lincoln cents produced before the composition change of 1982. Collectors searching for valuable examples focus on the details that make one coin different from another. A normal 1975 penny may have little additional value, but a coin with a dramatic and verified mint error can become much more desirable. The excitement of error collecting comes from the fact that mistakes are usually unexpected. The mint produces coins with the goal of making every piece identical, but occasional problems create differences. These differences can include off-center strikes, clipped planchets, broad strikes, struck through errors, die cracks, double dies, and other unusual characteristics. However, collectors understand that not every unusual-looking coin is valuable. A true mint error must be created during the manufacturing process. Damage that happens after the coin leaves the mint does not usually increase value. This is why authentication and expert opinions are important in the coin market. A 1975 Lincoln cent that has been preserved in beautiful condition can also attract collectors. Coins with strong original color, sharp details, and clean surfaces are more desirable than heavily worn examples. High-grade coins represent the best survivors from millions of coins produced. The value of a coin is created by a combination of rarity, condition, demand, and historical importance. A coin is not valuable simply because it is old. Some older coins are common, while some newer coins are extremely valuable because of rare mistakes or special characteristics. The idea that a 1975 penny could be worth hundreds of millions of dollars has appeared in online stories and rumors, but no verified sale or professional auction record supports a $180 million value for a 1975 Lincoln cent. Real collectors rely on confirmed auction results, professional grading, and expert research when determining value. The true excitement of the 1975 Lincoln cent is not only about money. It is about discovery. A collector who examines a coin carefully learns about manufacturing techniques, American history, artistic design, and the science behind coin production. Many successful collectors began with simple curiosity. They searched through old coins, studied small details, and slowly developed knowledge. A single interesting coin can inspire years of collecting and research. The 1975 Lincoln cent remains an excellent coin for beginners because it is affordable, available, and educational. New collectors can learn how to identify mint marks, understand grading, recognize errors, and appreciate the history behind everyday objects. For anyone who discovers a 1975 penny, the best approach is patience. Examine the coin carefully. Look for unusual features. Compare it with trusted examples. Protect it from damage. Do not clean it. If the coin appears unusual or valuable, professional evaluation can provide reliable information. The world of coin collecting is filled with stories of surprising discoveries. Some coins were found in forgotten collections, old boxes, inherited albums, or everyday change. While most discoveries are not life-changing treasures, each one provides an opportunity to learn. The 1975 Lincoln cent reminds us that history is often preserved in small objects. A coin that once had only one purpose, buying everyday items, can later become a piece of history studied by collectors. The coin also represents the connection between generations. Someone who saved a 1975 penny decades ago may have unknowingly preserved a small piece of the past. A collector today can continue that story by studying and protecting the coin for the future. The world of rare coins will always attract people because it combines history, mystery, and discovery. The search for unusual coins encourages people to look closer at objects they might normally ignore. A 1975 Lincoln cent may not be a guaranteed fortune, but it remains a fascinating piece of American numismatic heritage. Its design, composition, production history, and potential errors make it an important subject for collectors. The greatest value of the 1975 Lincoln cent is the story it tells. It represents the craftsmanship of the United States Mint, the memory of Abraham Lincoln, and the curiosity of collectors who continue to explore the hidden details of coins. Every penny has a journey. Some travel through millions of hands, some remain untouched in collections, and some become special because of rare characteristics created during production. The 1975 Lincoln cent continues to capture attention because it shows that even an ordinary coin can hold extraordinary history. For collectors, researchers, and treasure hunters, the search never ends. Somewhere among millions of coins, there may always be another unusual discovery waiting to be found. The 1975 Lincoln cent stands as a reminder that value is not always measured only in dollars. Sometimes the greatest treasure is knowledge, history, and the excitement of discovering something unique.